I cheated emotionally on my first love, he found out, and now we're on borrowed time until his birthday. Can I change his mind? I, 15 female, betrayed my boyfriend, 16 male, of 2 months by cheating emotionally with someone I had loved, 17 male, prior to our relationship before Christmas. I expressed to that individual that I still had some feelings for them and referred to them as attractive. My parents are aware that my boyfriend and I are friends, but we are restricted to only seeing each other once a month. Thus, I have been sneaking out and fabricating elaborate stories about my job in my state's largest city to disguise my whereabouts and visit him. We otherwise do not get to meet, as despite living in the same city, I reside in an area that is not walkable and is unsafe to navigate except by car, and I attend a private school in a different town. 3 weeks ago, I inquired of my boyfriend why he loved me, and he confessed that it had been a month since he ended his previous relationship, and he was fearful of being alone. I was hurt by his response. I told him that it was okay, and for reasons I cannot fully explain, I genuinely thought it was. But 2 days later, I discussed it with him and still felt that he did not love me in the same way I loved him. I felt compelled to retaliate for this perceived slight. Consequently, I emotionally cheated on him over the course of a week, though there was nothing physical, just the emotional betrayal I described. I have also always tended to share excessive details with my friends. I provided them a rundown of my first experience with him, violating his privacy. This began to break me over time. 2 weeks ago, I wanted him to find out, yet I could not muster the courage to tell him myself. At the time, I did not consider it cheating. I gave him my login details, and he ultimately discovered the truth. He nearly ended our relationship. I am withholding certain details to protect his privacy. He forgave me once, but then learned more, and almost broke up with me again. I scarcely remember that moment, as I was consumed by panic. Up until then, I had merely been existing, indifferent to my well-being, but recently I have finally stopped feeling suicidal. When he nearly broke up with me, I saw a glimpse of despair and realized I wanted to prioritize living well. I assured him I would change. I expressed my fondness for birthdays, my desperate need to see him again, and my desire to celebrate his special day, to which he extended the deadline for our breakup to his birthday. He said he would give me a chance to demonstrate my commitment. I have significantly changed since then, yet I still grapple with certain issues. I have blocked nearly all of my male friends, including those I have not interacted with, and especially the one I cheated with. I am immensely grateful that he has chosen to stay with me. You cannot imagine how much it means. I love him more than anything, as much as I can love someone while still valuing myself. I am aware that this may seem trivial. I recognize my youth. I understand that I might not fully grasp the concept of love. I have contemplated this matter deeply. My boyfriend is my first love. I have come to realize this now, as I once thought I understood love. I have been reflecting on it nightly, pondering what love signifies for me, reflecting on how I felt previously, and observing how my feelings for him have evolved. I willingly gave him my virginity. Today, I held his hand in silence and wept beside him. I remain uncertain if he noticed as my hands trembled. He drifted off to sleep. I cried because I recognized that, after my betrayal, I lacked the heart to do anything but plead for him to remain with me. I nearly forgot about the ultimatum he set. In fact, I did forget. For some inexplicable reason, I believed we had made it work. We are happy. We love one another. Our feelings for each other endure. I realize that I want to tie his shoelaces, caress his head, dress and undress him, wash his hair, and help him with his tasks as I did the day I kept him awake before his final exam because he discovered my infidelity. I still do these things occasionally, as it brings me joy to assist him. I wish to kiss his bruises, not for the same reasons I wanted to for others. I do not merely want to make him like me more, I wish to see him grow and evolve. This experience is unfamiliar to me. Ever since he agreed to remain with me until after his birthday, the first day of spring, it feels as though a heavy weight in my chest has vanished. My heart is racing. I must not only live my life, I am determined to live it well. I have poured immense effort into becoming a better person. I stopped wearing makeup and began wearing my glasses to reconnect with myself. I try to ensure he doesn't stay up past 10. I have been accustomed to being spiky for self-preservation. This is a new experience for me. He expressed that he would dislike for me to discuss him in the same manner I have with others, previously abusive or unkind exes, where I also invaded their privacy. Yet I have no hesitation in sharing positive thoughts about him. He is kind. I aspire to emulate him. It has to be him. There truly is no one else. There is nothing about him I could possibly disclose or criticize once this is resolved. I understand he is not flawless. I have contemplated this, but he is so vibrantly alive, his smile is beautiful, and he is incredibly special to me. It is as if he constantly radiates joy. He is remarkable. Every flaw only endears him more to me and brings me laughter. I told him today, while lying in bed beside him and holding his hand, that he would be loved for eternity. He responded that he did not perceive himself as special, and I held his face to assure him that he is. I wanted to express more, but the words failed to materialize. That was when I began to cry. Today, after we returned home separately, I articulated what I had intended to convey to him. I told him that I genuinely meant what I said about him being loved for the rest of his life, because I believe he is the kind of person who deserves that. He is so easy to love, and even if that were not the case, regardless of what occurs, I would always be there for him. He would never have to face loneliness, and if he ever needed someone, I would always be around. I promised that even if circumstances change, should he ever need a friend, I could be that for him. I conveyed that this would not be burdensome. I wanted him to know that he should never need to worry about whether he is loved, for he will always be cared for. I wanted him to realize this because it has been a significant concern for me. I struggled with suicidal thoughts in March of last year, and I believe that had I been aware of this and had someone to rely on, I might not have reached that point. It was then that he reminded me he still intends to end our relationship once his birthday arrives, which is the day before the spring season concludes. We have a month left together. I asked if his decision was due to my infidelity, and he confirmed it. He stated that he cannot continue because doing so would diminish his self-worth, and that what I did hurt him and is difficult to fully process. What has transpired cannot be reversed, and he cannot accept what he witnessed. He cannot forgive me. I effectively destroyed any possibility for our relationship the moment he saw those messages. I could attempt to fill a bottomless pit with sand, dirt, and love, but he is unable to reciprocate in the future. I made the choice to turn this into a slow dissolution. We will remain together until then. I acknowledge that this is selfish. I love him profoundly. I genuinely love him, and I know I can be good for him. I do everything within my power to bring him happiness. This request is the most selfish one I have ever made. I should clarify that I have not had much opportunity to provide specific examples of his greatness, but you will have to trust me when I say that I am not being naive. He truly is wonderful and likable. I never appreciated common names until meeting him, yet his name translates to Defender of Mankind. You cannot imagine how fitting that is for him. He possesses a love and appreciation for humanity that I have never encountered before. It is truly remarkable. I hold him in great admiration. I am hopelessly in love with him. Honestly, I want to support him until he surpasses me and forgets my presence, but it painfully hurts. I do not wish to cause him any harm. I cannot even bear to scratch his skin. I listen to him attentively, and I have ordered him numerous gifts I have yet to present, as it brings me joy to do so. I gift him books I enjoy each week because we share similar tastes, and he also wishes to read them. I am crafting him a sweater featuring his favorite album. I have so many things I want to give him and experiences I want to share, yet I fear we may not have the chance. We still have time. He claims the love is insufficient, but I believe it exists and it could be enough. He knows everything I have shared here. I have relayed nearly every word to him. I simply wish to endure past March. My birthday is in April. I want to celebrate that with him as well. I want to see him. I would do anything to continue seeing him. I exert every effort to ensure I can see him. I just long to be present. I wish to witness him live. It feels as though I am watching the sun descend. What actions should I take? How can I remedy this situation? How do I preserve our relationship? Summary: I, 15 female, emotionally cheated on my boyfriend, 16 male of 2 months by revealing lingering feelings for a past crush, 17 male, and sharing private details about him with my friends. I allowed my boyfriend to discover my betrayal, leading to numerous near breakups. He ultimately agreed to stay with me until his birthday, after which he intends to end our relationship. I am sincerely changing and love him deeply, but he feels unable to forgive me. Although this may seem selfish, I wholeheartedly adore him and want to witness his growth. How can I ensure this relationship lasts?